my beloved friend, Director Makulikana. Colleagues, this is a very rare opportunity I get. Maybe because of my beloved friend Amarnath, to stand before you after a lapse of 10 years. Before that, I was quite busy with all these type of seminars and symposiums. But whereas after my retirement, I never want to go to outside. I'm keeping myself at Thanjavur only, my native place, well placed and well accommodated with all my comforts. But even then, as I was a favorite student of Sir Bernard Fillen, the Conservation International Architect, I was holding the directorship for WHC, World Heritage Council, UNESCO, and moreover, I was all of his appreciations during my contribution in the erection of Leaning Tower Pisa at Italy. Then for my works in Rome, he was always fascinated with me, and I was fascinated with him. So therefore, with a mutual understanding, I was able to come across so many methodologies also, and metallurgy is something very extraordinary, a brilliant discipline indeed. And I am proud to be living in Thanjavur as a native to understand what is the metallurgy adopted by the famous imperial Cholas. I'm not going to cover the Chandam period. I will restrict myself with the imperial Chola period only here, because otherwise it will be an enormous lecture. I had to go for hours and hours. We were all learned scholars, and as a Tamil saying, Kollam Derula Usi Karamari, I am here. They were all very elite and learned personalities, whereas I was holding only the traditional architecture, and I was serving as an international architectural conservator. Still, I am connected with IMISHI WHC UNESCO as a consultant for architectural conservation works and all. But whereas now I have been requested by Madam Makulika to talk on the metallurgy adopted by the famous imperial Cholas, and their contribution is something universally accepted one with all awful attraction. See, I have also, as I am son to a great pioneering native archaeologist, Professor C. Govindarajan, the discoverer of Kannaki Temple. He undertook that project for 17 continuous years by his own expenses. He was able to find out the shrine enshrined Kannaki, the Virgin Lady, appreciated for her devotion and dedication for her husband and of her family life, celebrated by 3 kingdoms, Chera, Chola, Pandyas. And Chera and Chekutuvan was a builder. Upon the hillock nearby with the Tekadi in our Theni district, on the very border, there is a border dispute even today by the name of our democracy, and we have. But still, there are some problem, and the net result is the temple of having more than 3,000 years heritage is in a deplorable condition. It has been identified by your father, and he was an epigraphist who taught me the Tamil inscriptions of the after Pallava and Chola, and after that, when I was a school boy, I learned Tamil inscriptions to read. Okay, with this introduction, may I proceed to the subject now? You see, in the title sheet, I have shown you two different metals. One is pure gold available with our South Indian territory, number one. It's not at all, because in gold there are 5 kinds in usage by the then Cholians in the imperial Chola period. 5 kinds of gold. Have you ever heard about that? Gold. 5 kinds of gold. Tamil மச்சம்னு சொல்லுவோம். மச்சம் முற்றிலும் வேறு. 5 kinds and qualities are also. The next one is a mixed copper. It's not pure copper. A mixed copper. See that? And see the oxidized particles also. The oxidization. Because it's a metal. It must have been affected by the climatic change. What will be the net result? The output, the great output is patina. The patina. For gold, Raja, the 2 coins are belonging to the Raja. Raja the Great. And you see there, with more details in the copper, but lesser in gold. Why? And the tint is different. And accordingly, it's not our polar gold. It's not a polar gold indeed, the locally available one. It's something different. What is it? Gold is of 5 kinds, I have already mentioned. It has been recorded by Raja's inscription in Thanjavur inscriptions. What are they? Adagam, Kilichirai, Satarubam, Shampunadam, then comes Pon. It is not at all Pon of our gold, our own gold. That is Kuala-Alapuram, the then Kuala-Alapuram by inscriptions. What's the name, original name of Chola? Kuala-Alapuram by inscriptions by Hala Kannada, not by Tamil. By Hala Kannada, it has been recorded as Chola-Alapuram, not Kolar at all. But somehow or other we are using Kolar, and the gold is also Kolar, and the mine is also Kolar in Tamil. Okay, all with problem. Anyway, you see, the tint as well as the metallic quality and the analysis. More details in copper rather than the gold. Why?
Gold is harder material. It is difficult to.
That is our director. There lies our direction. That is Indian. It's not a West. I have addressed so many Western scholars in Iran. I did not receive such a reply, immediate reply from our director Matulika. That is our Indian intelligence. That is the Indian intelligence. There lies we, the brownies are the brownies. I ever used to read the top always in our wisdom. ஞானத்திலே பரமோனத்திலே உயர் மானத்திலே அன்னதானத்திலே கானத்திலே அமுதாக நிறைந்த கவிதையிலே உயர் நாடு பாருக்குள்ளே நல்ல நாடு எங்கள் பாரத நாடு. That is our Bharat. I lived in 22 countries with all my guts. I am proud to be an Indian. I never want to move to anywhere hereafter. Enough is enough. I received so much of experience from East, West. Enough. North, I am afraid to go to Siberia. Horrible. Instead of Alps. Okay, next one, please. Next one, Matt. Oh. Otherwise, my flow will be controlled. I cannot be. Can you? Okay. So, religious image, folk are greater tradition. That you have to decide first. Whether the metallic image or of the article or of the object is belonging to folk tradition, because we are living with a bazaar. Bazaar. Okay. Then with our own Adichanallur, then with all our excavated objects. From down south to topmost north, we have enormous objects so far exposed. Right from Cunningham, Machibarvila, whatnot. We have exposed so many metallic images and objects so far, but are we able to identify all these things in a proper documented way? Do we have a proper documentation? That is the problem of raising this assemblage, for which I have to salute our Director Matulika, who conceived this idea to educate a proper documentation, at least among the outliers, serving for this country as well as the international. There should be some motivation. Without motivation, Saint Thanjavur lived in 7th century. Without your aim, you are spoiling your life. Go with your aim. There should be some aim of the study or of the event. This is our aim. Okay. Next one. Image with a complete company. Arjunai Kata Ayanak. A folk tradition indeed. After complete observation, left image with a spear. A spear. Then Vadivel in the wall, one Pagai, Orad, Pahuriyatudan, Padmalay Edukatu, Umari Podum, Kodum, Kadal, Kola. The great deluge of India started in south, engulfed even the city of Kumbhar. Kumbhar, underwater archaeology, underwater exploration. Because it has been engulfed by the sea. But do you know the starting point? Where from the problem starts to affect our peninsular India? For which a geological approach is very much needed. We have to study the environment. Where from the problem starts to engulf our territory? How we have been reduced in our territorial area. In the remote past, maybe even before the great deluge of Noah recorded in Bible. Is it of Moses' period? Even before that, India was twice attempted by a great deluge, indeed engulfed so many. The southern part was engulfed. So we have to make our deep observation over that, then to infer at least little messages. Without making your inferences, you cannot proceed with any research at all. That is the basics teaching from this simple painting. You see, Vadivel Erinda Vanbagai, Vadivel, the way he is holding. Is it a greater tradition or a smaller tradition or a folk tradition? How do you call this? Greater Lord Subramanya, Kotek, who used his spear to subdue some Arakan, Suran, at Tiruchendur, the famous abode, one among the six of Lord Subramanya, Tiruchendur, a coastal area in down south. But a folk deity is also holding the same with the bow and arrow. have been celebrated by the great saint called Nakira to sing a song in praise of Lord Shiva and of Lord Subramanya, who subdued the power of the Rakshas by using his spear as well as his bow and arrow. But it has been adoring the other hand of Lord Vishnu. Recorded by our great saint Deivanayagam Andal. Andal is always in praise of Lord Vishnu, who is holding a spear. But what is his own weapons? One is Chang and the other one is Chakra. But instead of that, in Tamil tradition, in 8th century, Saint Andal is recording that my own Lord Vishnu is holding a spear which can subdue the power of Rakshas. வென்று பகைகளுக்கும் நின் கையில் வேல் போற்றி. Veil, spear. Okay? Another identical clue. One has to consider in mind. The next one, please. Chola Sayana. In South only we used to celebrate Ayyanar worship greatly. If you go further north, it will be reduced. Ayyanar, Sasta, or Sattan, Sitalai Chatanar, the author of Manimeghala, the epic raised upon Buddhist principles, Buddhism in toto, in 2nd century BC or 2nd century AD. It is according to the Gregorian calendar, not of our Indian calendar system at all. I never accept. Why should I accept Gregorian calendar? We have our own. Gregory was a Vatican man. He was a pope. If he is able to throw out the then existing Julian calendar and Augustan calendar, why not me? We have our own, rather older than this. It is a 17th century calendar system adopted by the Western, compelled, thrusted upon by a pope instead of Julian calendar. But in India we have our own Varshadinu. We have our own calendar system, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We were using it in accordance with the location. Because there may be some fluctuations of the sunrise and set. Accordingly, the movement. So accordingly, we have decided, we have standardized, and we were using a calendar system that in the pre-Christian eras. For making a clear understanding, I am using this word and adopting the Gregorian and Western calendar system. Before the Christian era, we were using our own indigenous calendar system in accordance with that period. In Tamil, in down south, we used to call the traders, the migrating traders, as Sattan. Satana. He may be a gold trader. He may be a gem trader. He may be a grocery trader. Whatever may be the trade, or otherwise he may be a sea trader. Whatever may be, we used to call them all as Sattans. They were also functioning as the secret agents of the particular regime.
There used to be a Sanskrit term called Sartha.
Sartha, yeah.
Sartha.
Okay, yeah. Because of the usage, because of the movement and the migration of the trader community.
It became Sartha.
Yeah, but originally in Tamil it is Satan, Sattu.
Sreshti. Sreshti also.
Okay. And because of the migration of the traders, their worship is being expanded, little bit, introduced to unknown territories also. So thereby the fluctuations in the need. Okay. Otherwise, everything goes with the Sa. Sas. That's the base. Okay, never mind about, put it off. Then roll figures 3 within a harrow. That much of casting technology was in existence. So the ancient one available in South as early as possible with the Pallava. But the folk tradition, see the Yoga Patta, all traditional follow-ups are all inherited by the Brahmins. It's telling something as well as the tradition adopted by the then people who lived in our territory. It's an insignia, telling something about the lifestyle. And you see the Yoga Patta, how to make a proper yoga by a handsome person, a male. It's not adoptable for the female. Why? There are some intricacies lying with our anatomy. Human anatomy is different between a lady and a man. So therefore, this type of yoga pattam, we used to call it as simply iconographically. Iconographically, we used to call it as yoga pattam. Because keeping your leg in this posture cannot be for long hours. So therefore they are making it with a belt. Okay. And the conscious of the ladies also. So much fascinated with their handsome person. The person is a handsome South Indian, fascinated by the South Indian ladies. And you see the facial expression, the emotions, and the stiffness or the carelessness of the man. Adopt it with the human emotions. It tells us something, but it's all produced by the molding, by using the alloy, the metal alloy. It's not a single metal, it's a mixed one. How many dhatus? If it is in north, Ashtadhatu. And in south, Panchaloka. Panchaloka. What do you mean by Panchaloka? I will go for my own South Indian tradition, because you are all experts in Ashtadhatu, so I will not disturb you. I will go along with what I call the Panchaloga. Which one is the prime one? Making your alloy, melting your metals and mixing it for some other purpose. And what will be the dominant one? The predominant metal used in casting your bronzes in South Indian tradition. Which one? Copper. Copper, okay? Sembun. Sembun Tavalai Surumbun Nakkinal. The other name in classical Tamil is Sembun. It's a red gold. Red gold. For making your jewelry and all, what you are doing with your gold? Mixing some copper. Without mixing copper, it will not be usable. Okay, with sustainable quality, it strengthens, it reinforces the other metal. So how do we call? Sembun. There is a separate place called in Thanjavur district, Sembun or Koil. Sempanar our own Semanar Goile. Semanar Goile, but whereas if I tell you all these details, then you will realize, oh. Again, I have to think about the other place, very rich in having the copper component. The copper core. Where is it? We used to call our Kaveri, the main river, having some problem nowadays, always. Even Raja was fight against Talakad. So therefore only he expedited up to that point and can go at that region. Always this is a routine life for Cholas, for Delta. Of course, unavoidable. Raja was also making that way. He only laid the way to proceed with. Even today we are in the same land, same boat, traveling. Okay, whatever. But in those days we got enormous waters and everything was made into Nansei Delta. Nandraga Cheyaputtadu. Okay, then I was thinking about the southern region. This Kaveri is, in our classical terminology, used to write Changam period as Punni. The water media, which is very rich in having the golden particles. Punni. But whereas in the south, the other perennial water is also running through, reaching the Bay of Bengal, but named by our Changam period classical knowledgeable persons as Tamira Parani. Tamira Parani. What do you mean by Tamira? Copper. So the water must have some copper content. See, even the naming is highly knowledgeable in India only. Not of the regional one, having some qualities behind. That is our wisdom, Indian wisdom. Thamiraparani, the recent excavation adopted by the State Archaeology Department at Sivakalai, nearby with Adichanallur, equaling with our Sindh civilization, Adichanallur in south, proved that we have enormous usage of copper even in pre-Changam period. So the copper takes its prime position among all the 5 metals used by the Tamilians to make their own bronzes. Very little recordation we have in Changam classics regarding the bronze making. Even it has been recorded by the ancient text available in South India for the entire India, Tulhapiam. Maybe a Padimam, Tirumeni Veru, Padimam Veru. If a bronze is made to represent a lived man, that is what is called the Padimam. If it goes with or identical with some worshipful or divine sources, maybe Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Lord Ganapati, whoever, maybe Shaktam, Shauram, Bautam, Jainism, Indian one, whatever you call, that is what is called Tirumeni in Tamil. Tirumeni, that is Tiru, with a prefix called Tiru, highly respectful. But whereas in the case, the others, if it is Raja, if it is Karikala, if it is Kavera, what does it mean? Padimam. So with this concept, one has to identify a bronze available from Tamil Nadu. First, the first look at first sight. Okay, they have to be silent features, sitting posture of INR, always. Never we have witnessed any standing posture of INR, but whereas I have shown in the previous slide, there is a standing image of INR. Is it not very rare? The previous one, please. The previous one. The previous. Standing INR, accompanied by two ladies, Purna Pushkala. But we are very much familiar with the seated image of Shasta only, Satanar, INR, but very rarely we have find this type of things. The next one. Yeah, Chola period. Okay, next one. Early Chola. This is dancing Shiva. South is very famous for having Adal Vallan, the dancing Shiva. The cosmic dancer by Ananda Kumara Swami, no equal. Text so far produced. Ananda Kumara Swami. The creation, decorating even the West nowadays in very great organizations called NASA are of anywhere. This one from Uttara Kosa Mangair. What's the metal? What is the material used here? Emerald. This much of emerald. Enormous size, a rock boulder indeed. It's not a rock piece. A rock of emerald in the hot water. I think I have restricted with the time. I have to complete it 11 o'clock. 10:50. No. So, I'll be very fast hereafter. I'm sorry, because of the restriction of time. So, my dear friends, you see, on Panchaloka, we have to study the first one with copper, the second one is iron. Never forget. The second one is the added material. Number one, iron. Then comes silver. Then comes lead. Then only comes according to the quality. I have already mentioned that we have 5 kinds of gold. Adagam, Kilichire, Shatarubam, Shampunadam, and gold. What do you mean by Kilichire? It's like a parrot's quill. Kili-sire, the quill of parrot. What is the coloring of parrot's hair? Greenish yellow. The gold will have that much of tint behind, and the mines are available only from the down south of Burma, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Wherever you purchase gold, it will have its own tint with greenish yellow. If you go to Arabia, orange tint. If you go to China, Chinese jewelry, dark yellow tint. And you go with our Chola, matcha, that is the quality of Indian gold. Adagam, Kilichire, Sadarubam, Sampunadam, Payambon. Even among the Pon, it is two kinds. One is Pasumbon, Mutramalinga Devar. Last day we have celebrated the birth anniversary of Devar Tirumahan. Okay? Pasumbon and Pon. Adagam is different. By Adagam Pon only you can go for making your anklets. Adagam by used and design Padagam. Padagam means Silambur, Tandai. சின்ன குழந்தைகளுக்கு தண்டை போடுறோம்ல கொலுசு. Okay, so which material is to be used for which purpose? We had that decision in those days, not nowadays. இன்னைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடியவனுக்கு செத்துக்கும் சிவலிங்கத்துக்கும் வித்தியாசம் தெரியல. There is no difference between. Okay, anyway, I will forget about it. Okay, you see, that is the culture of our Indian kings. It's a very rare gem indeed, emerald of this size. When you go to Bangkok, in palace, they are keeping a small image of Lord Buddha made up of emerald. Oh, emerald Buddha, worldwide known. But whereas, do we have all the provocation of this rare image of emerald exposing the dancing posture of our Lord Shiva? That much of cultured people. They got it. Our kings got it, but dedicated to the public use, not for the private use of the palace. Never they went for. That is the cultural background of our Indian tradition. Are we not proud of that? Very rare. Emerald. So, next one. It's a rare discovery of mine. A Changam period, pre-Christian, stone image. What is this portrait? It's a portrait. Are you sure about? Two hands, two legs. A lady is accompanying without any divine harness or some other thing. And using a dog also, hunting dog. The hunting dog, Vetanai, Pulinai. We have. Who is he? My congrats, sir. I never expect such a reply from any archaeologist from. Very rare. Image of Karigala, who raised the embankments of river Kaveri to regularize the immense water flow, swift current of water also. He was the first dam constructor. The first dam construction happened only in India, but the Indian thought, in an excellent quality, apprised by Sir Arthur Cotton in late 1820s. A British engineer was amazing and always awful towards the laying of a dam across a heavy flow of water. I have witnessed as one day for making a comparison, because the lead was given to me by our late Prime Minister, Madam Indira Gandhi. Then I was proceeded with. I made a comparison with the Ashwan Dam raised against the flow of Nile. Nothing to appraise, nothing to appreciate. Here it says, but for the past more than 3,000 years, at least, but not to me, for your convenience, at least 3,000 years. It survives. And the Godavari dam construction was adopted by Sir Arthur Cotton, simply following the very method, economical method, adopted by this great personality of Indian origin. South India. See, already I have mentioned the brownies and the brownies. Yeah, the brownies. The first ever dam construction raised in India, not in Egypt. I'm damn sure I can raise my voice anywhere in any dam. Can anyone deny it? I have my data. Resourceful data, not a humbug data. Dams. Next one. The bronze successor, there's a stone image also in adoration. Tirucheri, Nachiyarkoi. Tirucheri, Garuda Alvar, a conveyance by stone. With amazing quality. Not mythical, it's a mystery. It's very, very lightweight when it is being lifted in a particular space. But whenever it comes outer, it is being heavy. Is it possible? Anywhere. Two persons are lifting it with a nearby space called the Sanctum Sanctorum at this place. But whenever it comes out, at least 20 persons to lift it. What is it? What is it? Am I making some dubafu? Am I bluffing? Just come and verify. Try with, you can also try with lifting. You can feel what is what. The bronze should also be experienced by the prizer, the documenter. You have to experience with the personal object. Otherwise, if you not go into the details, then how it comes with a proper documentation. The next one. This one, the bronze image in adoration. Tirucheri, Saranatha. Okay, a Vishnu image. Okay, next please. Next. See the facial expression. All metal. Just married. Maybe a fraction of a second. Then you see the facial expression of the male as well as the handsome person with the beautiful lady. Then you see the shyness in the face. And see the bashfulness of the bridegroom. The bashful. I said very. Is it not? That is the greatness of the molder of belonging to the imperial Cholas. The imperial Chola bronze, adorned with the sandal paste there, speaks about, she is all about convincing his own belonging, his own wealth, his better half. Could you see that facial expression? This is Indian. This should be the Indian. Then comes the tongue. See the emotion of tongue. How a Tamil bridegroom is, because she is longing to get her parentage, but she is convinced I will serve you, not only as a husband, but also as your parents. Don't worry about the partition. It is temporary. Whenever you want, you can go to your parents. Don't worry, convince them. The encouraging way. There is no other goal. How fragile the fascination is. The expression. All possible only along with the imperial Chola princes. Not with a little thing can be available with Pallava. It is a creation, master creation by the imperial Chola castings. Then comes next one. The posture, male, facial expression, manly and women food measurements. After all, iconometry is very much needed. Iconometrical sequence. How should be a male image? And how should be its pair? Its pair, I underline. Not the female figure. His pair. ஒரு ஆண் என்றால் ஒரு bridegroom. If he is a bridegroom, the bride should be limited to this height. And the body weight should also be reduced to this size. These are all the concepts behind. Just by a fraction of a second we can identify. I can identify which one is the real one and which one is the fake. Nowadays I am familiar with the fakes now. After 50s, so much of fakes. In India, full of fakes. The originals were sold to the West. Are we not ashamed? We don't have a proper patriotic approach, not even sticking to our traditions, honoring our traditions. Cultural heritage is immense in India. What variety you want? South Indian flavor? Tamilian flavor? Pallava? Chola? Chera? Pandya? Folk? Andhra? Chatavagana? Gupta? Maurya? What do you want? Everywhere it's filled with riches. We are unable to understand what is a wealth. ஞானத்திலே பரமோனத்திலே உயர்மானத்திலே அன்னதானத்திலே கானத்திலே அமுதாக நிறைந்த ஆறுக்குள்ளே நல்ல நாடு எங்கள் பாரதம். Even the fruits. We were chatting with Mathulika madam this morning. In South only we have all the three fruits, beautiful, delicious fruits. Only in the summer. Ma, pala, vade. Whatever kinds of fruits you want. How many kinds? Mangoes? It will be a rare commodity in Iran. That is the same thing adopted with our Chola branches here. Delicious. Delicious to eat by your thoughts. கருத்தால் விழுங்கணும், கண்களால் விழுங்கணும், கண்கள் தரவந்த காதல் கலித்தொகை, கண்கள் தரவந்த காம உள்ளே. அதில் fast, you should be fast. Otherwise you cannot realize. Because it is so soft, very thin. You have to realize what is what. As an archaeologist, as an iconographist, you have to immerse in that. You have to enjoy first. Then only you cannot go with your materialistic life just to measure it. It will not serve at all. You have to understand what is what. Next come. See the smiling face of Govindarajan. Is there any equal? Unrivaled, unique. See the facial expression, the lifted lips, have the upper lip and the lower juicy lips. Juicy. ஆண்களே கண்டு காமுறும் மான் வடிவம். Govindarajan, enshrined at Vadu. It is also Panchaloka. I was talking and incompleted with Panchaloka, alloy. I will tell you later. Please, next one, because I don't find time. Woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I promise us to keep and miles to go. Okay. Varna Kalaba meaning. Stone images, cave temple, stone images, but painted with natural pigments, biological extractions, and mineral extractions mixed with pastes, natural glue, painted. This one is a very rare image, Hayagriva. Instead of Saraswati, the Vaishnavites used to celebrate this image called Hayagriva, horse-faced Vishnu. In a seated posture, wherever if you go to Thiruvendipuram, a nearby village at Kadalur, NT, how do you call? A standing image, Hayagriva, or on the hill, Hayagriva, where our Mahadesigan was lived. Okay, here. Varnakalava meaning, it is from Malayadipatti Madam, a cave temple. Okay, next please. Then comes another. The giving hand, Varada Hasta. Identify the hastas also, and the leg position, and every part of the image. After all, it is based upon the human anatomy, but with a divine sense. Okay, see the Varada Hasta, it will be like this, and like this also. The lifted nature is different. Okay, Varada Hasta, Balaji, Tirupati, imagine about. I am not supposed to show that image, the original image of Lord God actually. Okay, next one. Time. That one and this one. Which one is the older one? Which one is that? Right to me? Right to me? Am I right?
No, left one. Left one is over.
Why? How do you estimate? How do you understand? How do you differentiate? First of all, you have to see the image first. Accompanied by a lady, it is absent here. Which one is earlier? Which one is the earlier tradition? In Vaishnava cult.
Without lady.
It is of a Narasimha,
Yes,
but in a different mode. Practicing penance. Yoga Narasimha. This one? Which one is earlier? Which one is given much priority in Vaishnava cult? For learn all the Vaishnava scriptures, otherwise you cannot go to conclude. Vaishnava cult, you have to worship the God only after goddess. Thaya Sannadhikku poite Vaishnava cult. Only after Mother Goddess you are supposed to enter into the Lord Venkatesh, Lord Vishnu. Which one is earlier? Parama comes yoga. Yoga allow உங்களுக்கு சார் comfort, not for the universe. If it is universal, you have to go along with your better half. Fast and fast in Saivism. But here in Vaishnava cult, we have to embrace the motherlyhood. Without motherlyhood, you cannot create anything at all. That is the base philosophy lies behind Vaishnava. In India only we are practicing without knowing the value, just to make him practice. But our pioneers, our forefathers, are they all fools? Who are the intelligent then? The present generation or the past? You see the patina also. Now comes the metallurgy and the econometrical sequence. Don't try. Altogether, one has to see if you are a proper iconographer. Perfect iconographer. And to see, by a fraction of a second, you can identify which one is earlier and which one is later. With that knowledge. Because the supercomputer always with you. You need not going to make it button. Immediately it will respond on your site. On the very site you can identify which is what is which. Here lies. The patina CCCH. The components, the metal composition. So more copper. Are you sure? But here less copper. I am not talking about Ashtadhatu. Sorry. Next one, please. I am running short of time. Which period? For a South Indian archaeologist, easy to identify. It is a transitional period of Pallava and Chola, Imperial Chola. Maybe of the early part of or middle part of 8th century or 9th century. See the patina. Even after our Lucknow friends, Obi Agrawal, my friend, is no more now. Pallava, you see the facial expression and the metallurgical details. The face is elongated and the face length increased. But whereas in the case of Chola, silver. Please, next one. I am sorry madam. Sorry, running short of time. Standing Ganesh with a different weapon. Who is it? Matulika madam, it's for you.
Pardon? Standing knowledge? Variation.
With Gata.
Yes.
Standing. The mold is different. Magara Torana, after all. But what is it? Whether the mold belongs to the Imperial Cholas or belongs to some other dynasty? Oh, that shows the greatness of Matulika man. It's a Pala as a war trophy. Raja has brought this image to Thanjavur. It is available in Thanjavur now, but it's not of. You see the metallurgical details also, the casting also, the molding also.
But it is rare even in Eastern India also, we do not get this.
But the earlier one is available only with palas. It's a pala piece.
Yes.
It's not of Chola, but available in Thanjavur, the capital of the Imperial Cholas. Kept in our art gallery. But the dynasty is very different. Okay. Next one, please. Somashkanta Lumashakitamurti. The bronzes. Change of metal alloy and patina. The white patina comes up. What is that? Why? The white patina should be in the aquatic, marine, otherwise blue or green. Here comes an efflorescence of a little bit of pale white.
Is it zinc? Because of zinc?
Because of the zinc. Because of the zinc. How many intrigues are there in our metallurgical intrigues. Even if the proportion, little bit added, the result is white emission, oxidization. Here is plain copper. The proportion is heavy. So therefore it is without any patina at all. Surface. You have to study the surface details. That is the signature. In forensic sciences, we used to call it a signature. And the artisan's signature is also, that is an intricate one. I am not going in detail now. Let it be available with me as an expert. Okay, next one. What is this image? What is this image? Name it first. Look into the details of the weapon that is holding on the. What is that? And here also. Two different weapons used by this image. Vajra as well as Vajra is always there. Next one. This one is Vajra.
Left hand.
Left Vajra. The main weapon used by Lord Indra.
Yes.
Who is this image there? Gifted as a marriage gift. That weapon was handed over to this guy after the marriage of Deivanayagam, Devasena, the daughter of Indra, got married with Lord Subramanya. And then, what is this weapon? How do you call this? How do you call this? Sakti. Sakti Ayuda. From Sikal, nearby place of Nagapattinam. This weapon was gifted by his own mother. Have it and be victorious over Surabarma. Sakti Ayuda. Even today, this is in practice of the annual procession and all. Okay. Devasena and Valli. The hunter lady. Next one, please. The patina. You have to look. Now, a hidden image is the big temple. And upon the deck, the pyramidal structure comes to a close by a capstone. It is of, you are all archaeologists, with all care and of my words, I will tell you. It has been capped with a single monolithic rock boulder. You cannot cap it with a joinery wall. Because the interior of the Vimana is totally a hollow structure. If you are capping it with the joinery work, if there is any little shake underneath by a small shaking of the earth, I will not call as earthquake, never happens in south, little shake, maybe because of the seismic power, what will be the net result if you are sealing with the joinery work to cap it? Buckling, breaking. The reason it lasts more than 1013 years up to this day. Started functioning, the completion of the work by 22nd April 1010. It was a Saturday in the month of April. Hot summer, filled with Punarpusha Nakshatra. It was a Saturday. Something is hidden behind the bull pair. The pair of the bull is hiding something. inside? Would you be able to see the image
Yes,
head?
yes, yes.
Never unseen, even by Dr. Shivaramam. My Guru K.R. Srinivasan, the then Joint Director General of ASI. K.R. Srinivasan was so close to me. I learned so much. He was a good friend of my father. See, that image, never imposed by any imperial Chola. But this is a very unique, rare image raised by the great emperor of this country, Rajaraja Chola the Great. Introducing this image upon the Nandiyavardham, upon the top. What is this image? And he is holding, there is a hole, even today, there is a hole, never seen by any archaeologist. I only discovered this and exposed it. There is a hole to raise a flag of Kupe because it faces Isanya direction, that is northeast direction. How to identify a bronze or image? That is most important. In which direction? Then comes that. What purpose? Okay, next one please. On-site lecture, I am explaining about the introduction of Kupe upon the Nandiyavardham. Okay, next one. Next one. Now I will turn this side, schools of molding. As far as my knowledge goes, is with Imperial Chola dynasty, I have discovered more than four sites of molding. The most prominent one, exercised by our great Rajaraja, was from Tiruvangadu casting. How do you call it? Tiruvangadu casting, a place nearby with Pumbuhar, the sunken city into the Bay of Bengal. Marine archaeology is very much needed, madam. As a founder of the Department of Marine Archaeology, I request you again to give some looks into that. Okay, yeah, I realize. This belongs to School of Nagapattinam, Buddhist. Requested by Sri Vijaya, the kingdom of Sri Vijaya requested Imperial Chola Rajaraja to raise some Buddha Vighas at Nagapattinam. You are all familiar with that. Rajaraja Perumballi, Rajendra Soda Perumballi, Mara Sudamani Banba Vikhara, whatnot, everything is there. Okay. Now the casting is a find out from Nagapattinam site by Lord Napier handling this. You see the difference in the metal? Again, some white patina is coming off, and the iconometrical details and the designs with a sprouted garment. Single garment. For Buddhist, single garment is allowed, and that one is spreaded with identical with Chiang Mai. Not of Krang Thap. It's not belongs to Krang Thap. Krang Thap is the older name of Bangkok, originally created by a Tamilian called, because the woods were filled with monkeys in those days. By the Tamil trader immediately responded to that natural serene background and named that place as Kurangu Topu. Kurangu Topu is becoming cranked up by toys, then comes Rampok. But I am talking about the northern province of Thailand, Chiang Mai. Prince Chand Cherayu Rajini, a prince was living and we were working together to identify whether it belongs to Thai version or of Tamilian version. I strongly opposed his theory, refused his theory, and he changed his mind to accept my theory as it was caused by the Nagapattinam Buddhists. Then I have named this one as Nagapattinam School of Bronze. Nagapattinam School, Thiruvangadadu School, Swami Malai School, Thanjavur School. There are 4 schools of design and costing. The costing is totally different. Hardly or hallowed. Ganamaga அல்லது பொள்ளலாக. It has been recorded by inscriptions in Thanjavur inscriptions. Okay. Next, Maravarman, Suramani Banma Vigaram, all recorded by T. and Ramachandra. Okay. Next one. I put some scaling also. Okay. See the dancing posture and the grace, the facial grace, and the dancing posture with little small footstools. The signature of the artist, the molder, the caster, the signature. More intricate signatures are also given by the molders and the sculptors. It's not the time. Okay. And you see, the Tandava and the Lasya in Bharatanatyam, for which you have to study dance and archaeologist. If you are proceeding with a dancing Shiva, you have to learn the basics of at least dance. And that too, Indian traditional dance existed of those times. Okay. Then comes the pious image, maybe the sponsor, a royal patronage. Must have read. Please, next one. I'm sorry, ma'am. Again, he has been convinced by his own better half. This is what is called the better half. He is having some miseries and consoled by his own concert. That is what is called the very meaning of concert. Consortium. Okay. He is consoling. Next one. Dancing. Again, which one is the earlier? How to identify? It goes without saying. Okay, immediately, within fraction of second, your mind is reading and telling you something. The first impression is the best impression. Next one, for which you have to gain adequate knowledge behind. Without knowledge, you cannot go for instant exposition. Okay. Next one, please. Sorry, madam. Madam, are you aware of this black emission?
Yes.
In metal?
Silver.
Not black, blue, navy blue. Is it possible in metallurgy? Making a bronze with blue tint, very rare. An image of Arivatayanayanar, the best reaper, solitary reaper, the harvester, because Raja was always attached with the welfare of the society. He is very much fascinated with the irrigation as well as the agriculture. So he is better, either his better choice, he has selected this Arivatayanayanar with a sickle bend. Sickle bend? Are you?
Yes.
It shows what is he? And the patina shows some other miraculous. Amazing one. The metallurgy is extraordinarily brilliant, unique in the world. Unique in the world, I underline. How great we are. Even in metallurgy, Indians are the top. See there. And as usual, Saint Tirunavukarasu upper, and he is hunter. Kannappa Nayanar. See the eyeballs on his palm. On his right palm is holding his own eyeball, and whereas the wounded eye with bloodshed. நாடாரில் கண் இழந்து அப்ப வல்லேன் அல்லேன் நான் இனி சென்று ஆளாவது எப்படியோ திரு காலத்தி அப்பனுக்கு காளஹஸ்தி பொன்முதலி upon the hill. He was able to pluck out his eyeballs to heal the wounded eye of Lord Shiva within 6 days. Within 6 days, that much of faith and belief. That there is faith, according to the Bible. Where there is faith, then there is God. See the Katrina also and the iconometry details. And the Vedam speaks which period and which school it belongs. The Vedam, the pedestal. It speaks and tells you the fact. Pedestal is not a simple pedestal at all. The identical evidence in iconometry, in iconography. It's not available at Indian iconography. Gopinath Rao, 1930s. We are living in 2030s. The basement, the pedestal. Don't forget. And the figure details. Even the nails will also be with a sharp edge. Sure. That is imperial Cholas. Next one. Time is. I'm sorry. Bhairava we have witnessed already. But Bhairavi, very rare image. The production of imperial Cholas. How many Saiva cults that you have come across? Whether it is secret? For South Indians it is Namashivaya, Nama Sivaya, Panchakshara. But for North Indians, Har Har Mahadev. Because they are always facing the hot wars by nature as well as by the invention or of interaction by some other aliens. But South is always comfortable and we are going bathing sambar, idli, vadai, sambar, sambar, rasam, more, vatat prambu. See the difference. Bhairava cult existed in North, embodied in South. In Chola's perspective, and that too with imperial touch by Raja the Great. See the difference in emissions also, efflorescence, metallurgy, again, iconometry, signatures, the base, the pedestal. Don't forget. And the purpose also, by holding some. The next one. Sorry, I am not going in detail. Kindly bear with me. Sir, there is a saying in Tamil, whenever you are visiting Tiruvannamalai Shiva, Unnamulaya Sameda Namalaya Aroha. What do you mean by Unnamulai? Unsucked by any children. She is just married. See the form of the nipple and the breast. Human anatomy. Our livelihood, Indian way of livelihood. Otherwise, you cannot identify which one is real and which one is fake. Next one, please. Don't find time. Pallava or Chola? Then imagine about the Maitreya of, you find out from sea. at Kumbhar. Do you recall? A Buddha image, a Maitreya image, exposed from underwater. Make a comparison. The transitional period of Pallava and the Chola, the rise of Chola, the downfall of Pallava. The next one, please. Vikshavana again. Sorry, next one. I'm sorry, ma'am. Next one, marriage scene of extraordinary. Extraordinary brilliant. There is no equal, unrivaled, marvel, house. Never possible in fake making. Then comes. Who is he? Who is he? Is it of Shiva? Are you sure? Is it a Tirumeni or Padimam? Saint Sundaramurti with Paravainachya. With even the hair details, single hair details. The signature of the molder. The brilliance. The next one. I have scaled him. She has to excuse me. Unequal marvel. Marvel on the world. The peasant form of Lord Shiva is concerned. The peasant form. You might have enjoyed the divine forms of Lord Shiva in bronze. Whereas here, it is all told and just like something is missing, one is right, and what should I be? Exactly, that shows the purities. Missing of? Rishabha. But here you should not term it as divine Rishabha. There is a presence of will. See, the anatomy of the perfect man and a perfect being. Okay, next. Then comes the donor in inscription. Come on, next. My father, who received a President Award in 2015 in Chennai. He is the discoverer of Kannaki Temple. My humble submission.